Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel for another tarot pick a card reading. In today's reading, we are diving into your person's current thoughts, feelings, and intentions as it relates to you and your connection. So as always, make sure you get yourself into a receptive mode so you are picking the correct pile for you. And if you need to know how to do that, I recommend using my video link down below as always on how to pick a card using your intuition. Now, getting started with this, we have our pile 1, our pile 2, and our pile 3. I'll see you at your timestamps below. Hey, pile 1, we're going to get started with your reading today, all about the person on your mind. What are their current thoughts, feelings, and intentions for you? So our overall energy we have right here, which is twin flame and the ninth house, Sagittarius, which is also coincides with the ninth house. This is interesting because it feels very spiritual in the essence, and it's funny because I just had like a big wind gust that I just heard outside. So I feel like this person feels like there was a lot of things that drew you guys together, you know, whether it was just general optimism or just this feeling of like camaraderie and joy with you. Like they really enjoyed that and really feel that. It's very prevalent in their kind of thoughts and feelings about you. Maybe this person is not from around where you're from. Also with Sagittarius here, this could be a long distance connection or just, like I said, somebody that comes from kind of a different background. You know, and it's interesting because I was thinking like not cut from the same cloth, but I feel like with twin flame and Sagittarius, you might have a lot of things that you are kind of cut from the same cloth with this person, and it might actually be more of like a like external thing that makes you guys look different, but it's really not. You know, I feel like on the inside you guys are very similar people, go through similar things. It's just kind of inside out a lot of the times on how it presents itself. So let's get some cards here for you guys about their current thoughts about you. Probably thoughts and feelings, I would say, because I have another deck I'm going to use for their intentions. So we have the Star. We have the Knight of Swords. We have the Nine of Pentacles. And we have the Chariot. All right, so this is interesting to me just because I feel like this person, like I said, actually feels a lot of like spiritual responsibility when it comes to you. And I don't think it necessarily presents itself in that way to this person. Like I don't think they, you know, are thinking spiritual responsibility necessarily, but I do feel like they see that there is something here. You know, with the Star present, it does make me feel like this person finds this to be special. You know, the way that I just said that was kind of like sounded hoity-toity or something. So, you know, I feel like there's a match here in that regard. And I think this person is thinking a lot about, you know, the matching qualities that you have. Maybe you guys are a part of similar movements or social groups or something of that nature. It's funny the word movement came through though. So there could just be a general like way of life that you guys both kind of stand for and stand in. And I think this person like is like, yeah, that's on brand for me. That makes sense for me. Knight of Swords is very interesting because it does give this, I mean, it's interesting too because both of these cards are desert oriented. Nine of Pentacles is more lush, but I feel like there's something here with this person from a more detached space right now, in a space of like internal enthusiasm and mental like, this works. That's where they're coming from. It doesn't feel super emotional because none of these cards on our top row are cups cards. So it doesn't feel like this person contemplates their feelings about you necessarily. However, their drives and their goals here, that is a huge thing that they think about, which is very interesting. Maybe you guys, it's funny, I said ninth house here. So maybe you guys have ninth house synastry with this person, or you activate their ninth house. You activate their Sagittarius in their chart, something like that. Like, but it brings out this sort of like bigger picture energy. Now, let me get some clarifiers here. Oop. 5 of Cups. Hierophant. That's what I was saying with similar value systems. With the Knight of Swords. This is like, I feel like they're thinking that you are someone that understands them and understands, like I said, maybe these certain movements or things of that nature. You know, if we think of like a movement, that makes me immediately think of like, you know, like women's rights or something like that. Like it's something, but I don't think it's that political as much as it is, like I said, like kind of a spiritual understanding. It's interesting that the Five of Cups is clarifying the star. Yeah, it's almost, okay, I feel like this person is thinking actually a lot about what, like I said, the future and what can make them happy, what can make them more fulfilled. And like in this relationship, I feel like they're kind of noting their future goals. Like this person, if we're looking at states of manifesting, because I feel like that's important here, I feel like this person is looking at what they don't have right now. And they, you know, that's the Five of Cups card for you. It is past disappointments and stuff like that. So with the star, it's like maybe this person, like I said, maybe they're not from around here and they've lost like a friend group or something like that. Something that really made them feel stable though. And I feel like they're thinking about how you have kind of brought that into their life. And while it is not maybe necessarily the same as, you know, their past friendships or their past relationships or something like that, they do still see that there is some like higher ground commonality here, and that there's something that like I said, like things that you believe in. Maybe I feel like this person is kind of struggling because they might have outgrown people in their life, and you know, they're in this phase of like really almost denying that in themselves. Like they have something better for them on the horizon, but I just feel like they're very dry right now in their like analysis of the situation. And like I said, right now it's kind of just like, oh, common goals, common mindset, common themes of like what we believe in, but like it's not super emotional. It's not wet at all is what I want to say. Because the only emotions that we're kind of seeing are coming up as like an undertone with the Five of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. So it's like feelings of like long-term things that might have been lost in order to establish a new future that this person is kind of caught up on. Nine of Pentacles. Let's clarify that. Queen of Cups. Okay, I was going to say, I do feel like they're starting to see your resources and your abundance as something that is useful. You know, because like I said, maybe this person is working really hard on changing their mindset and becoming somebody that their future self would be proud of in that regard. So it kind of makes me feel like they are really looking for alignment. And you do seem to, it's like you offer the missing piece in the sense. And it kind of makes me think of the channel messages that I just did this past week, in terms of like, sometimes the missing piece is the emotional element and is not, you know, adding that. And I feel like that's what we're seeing here with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups, like being clarified by the Queen of Cups, is like this person is really set right now for a new beginning and set for kind of longevity with a new beginning. But for some reason, I think it really kind of took you coming into their life for them to fully like understand that. And I don't think they still understand it, to be honest. It feels like this is still a weight on them. It's funny because I wanted to put my weighted, oh, it's right here, perfect. I wanted to put this weighted blanket thing that I have that goes over your shoulders when you have a lot of tension on your shoulders. At the beginning of the reading, I wanted to put this on, but now as it goes through the reading, I'm like, okay, I need to relax. So I feel like this person, like I said, they're really goal oriented and working on, you know, just maybe establishing a new community or finding a new friend group or finding a new place in the world. And they're recognizing that, like I said, they've kind of gone a little far with, I want to say logistics, like maybe very simple. They stressed very simple things or things that were not the whole picture. Because I just feel like this person with this is like they're very much stressing something to occur and be exactly what it was. And it, like I said, it makes me feel like friend groups. It makes me feel like community. It makes me feel like group enthusiasm again. So that's really interesting. And with you coming up as the Queen of Cups, it does kind of showcase this energy of like, I have what you're missing. And like, it's interesting. So let me see the Chariot here. Clarify the Chariot. Oh, we got the Emperor and the Seven of Cups to come out for that. So it's okay. So the Chariot is this determination of having like a more focused mind despite having kind of a split stance on something. And it's like basically just going with something and deciding that that is what you have to do. And sometimes that comes from like just being tired of a lack of clarity, essentially. So I feel like this person with the Emperor and the Seven of Cups clarifying this energy, I feel like they are coming to this position in life where they are starting to have more determination and like really start to bring things together. Like I do feel like they are going to start heading in the direction of somebody that is trying to get things rolling. It's interesting because the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups, obviously, but if you think about that, it's the Two of Cups in between them. So I feel like that again, the missing link is kind of like finding a close connection. Oh yeah, we have the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck too. So I feel like this person is really thinking a lot about what they can do to align as much as they can with this new life. And, you know, while they do that, I think they do mourn a lot of their old life and the stability of that. You know, I feel like it makes me think of like when you graduate into the next level, like when you're a fifth grader and you graduate and you go into sixth grade, like you go from being the top dog of elementary school to like the runt of middle school. And then, you know, that works away again to eighth grade, top dog again, boom, back down to a freshman. Like, so I feel like that's kind of what's happening with this person. They've come from top dog territory and now they're moving into, you know, this new phase that is going to require them to actively pursue things and get off their ass and actually work again to kind of state their claims. Something about like promoting themselves too and what they're actually after is a big thing, because I feel like this person can be quite contradictory in the sense of like not always meaning what they say or doing what they mean. Like there's something very like perplexed about this person's energy right now and their ability to kind of like operate successfully with these new changes that are in store for their life. And I feel like that is a huge effect on what they're thinking about with you, because like I said, you're kind of like this last missing like piece that they're like neglecting, if that makes sense. So let me see more about like what they're thinking about with you. Yeah, we have open your heart. Exactly. Like they're really considering that they are closed off in some way because of their past. And they know that. They see that with the Star being like our top energy for what is kind of bringing them down. Actually, it shows that they are really like opening up. Yeah, they'll be back. So I do feel like this person sees some sort of like kindred connection here that they have some kind of responsibility to show up in mentally and like not, and like have some answers essentially, especially with the Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Knight of Swords. Like this person wants to have answers here, but they need to open up their heart first before they have answers. We also have No. What does this know about? Gold digger. Okay, this is interesting. Fire sign on the back of the deck. I feel like this person doesn't want to seem like a gold digger, you know, and this could be someone that was told and like believes that you have to be fully healed and in your best state before you can have love and have family. You know, I feel like this person is really nervous about that because they think that that's the right way to go about it instead of building with somebody. Even though, like I said, that's what they're mourning right now, is that they did build a whole foundation for themselves with other people somewhere else that they have, you know, grown from, walked away from for reasons that, you know, they knew were better for them. Yet now they're still like, they're trying to rebuild from the ground up, but from a place that like doesn't need that. But it's like you do need that. You do need communal recognition in some capacity. And I feel like this person, like I said, a big part of that could be higher understandings of things, and like, you know, like, are you guys on the same page about stuff? Like common ground is a huge thing for this person that I feel like if they miss out on, they really miss out on like the joys of life, you know, like I said, that the wetness, the thirst of life, that sort of thing. So okay, let me pull their cards now for what are their intentions towards you. What is this person's intentions towards you? We have the 7 of Cups again. Yeah, I feel like this person is still in this phase where they're not opening up just yet. But they know, like, when they do, they're going to be overwhelmed because it's overdue. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where they really put it on the back burner for so long, and now it's like, all right, well, it's going to be there. Exactly. It's going to come up. Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like this person is going to recognize... Oh, and like what I was saying here, we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, and what was missing, that 1 pentacle. So I do feel like this person is going to come to a realization that you are what they're missing. You know, it's the other hand in this. It's the other hand, and it doesn't make you a gold digger or somebody that wants something from somebody because they have something you don't have. You know, that's what a pairing is. If you think about a family unit, like everybody always has their own strengths and weaknesses, you know? So like, it's not wrong. You know, you don't want everybody to be the one that's the hunter in the family, or you don't want everyone to be the gatherer in the family. You know, you need the balance. So I feel that's what it feels like here. And the 6 of Cups. Okay, look at, they're bringing the love back into it, though, is what it feels like. They're bringing intention and feeling back into it. I feel like after some time away, this person is going to get re-inspired and start to see that it is the best way for them to go about things is to bring themselves back, bring their heart back. Because this person has been moving, not heartlessly, but just in this phase of like, I don't need anybody. I don't want anybody. I can do this on my own. But like on a contrary side, like I want people to go along with me. Like they want people to agree. They want people to see what they're promoting essentially. And like, with you, they're now, like I said, something's going to click in them where they're like, okay, I want this person to see that I do want to grow with them, that I do feel something for them, and that I do see a future for us to like grow faster and move faster. And I think that literally will change a lot for you guys, especially with the 8 of Wands coming out here. Like that's really quick momentum, and being able to decide like, okay, transformation is good. So I do feel like this person is coming a long way in that, especially with the 6 of Wands on the back of the deck too. I think they're ready for due recognition in a situation. And like I said, they've realized that due recognition comes from giving recognition. You know, it's working together with another person so that they can give you props because they understand the goal. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. That was the missing link. So yes, group 1, I hope this message resonated for you guys and gave you guys some clarity on your current situation. And if it did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and of course comment and subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like this. And as always, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, please check out the link below to my website. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a later video. Peace. Hello, group 2. Let's get started with your tarot pick a card reading today, all about what are their current thoughts, feelings, and intentions about you, towards you, etc. So our first card we have is Grounded. And then we have the 10th house. Okay, that's funny because this isn't not how I normally interpret this card, but the 10th house and Grounded together for some reason makes me think of like being grounded by your parents. So maybe that resonates for you. That's interesting. That's a very like random message to come through, because I don't think this person's your parent. That's not my intention here. So that's really interesting. But I will say that there could be themes right now. Like if you were someone that got grounded by your parent, maybe this person has a way of acting similar to that, how your parents acted in those regards. Or when you were, just, wow. I don't know why this is just hitting me right now, but the term grounded you know, how we all got grounded, quote unquote. And we think about it in terms of like, because I'm, you know, grown up now in a metaphysical mind, and I see grounded, like, it's like humbling, trying to bring things back into structure and stability. That's interesting. Let's pull some cards here. I'm really curious now about how this is gonna come out. Wow. Okay, we have the Empress. We have the Six of Wands. This is very like earth sign energy, I will say, too, with the Taurus energy for Empress, but grounded energy is just earth sign in general. 10th house is Capricorn energy, so Taurus or Capricorn, Virgo as well. We have Nine of Cups. And these could just be present energies in this connection. It doesn't have to be your guys' signs. However, that is a lot of the times how it links. Or houses too. I am somebody that like firmly believes in like kind of the not symmetry, what is it? Like the synonymousness between like a 10th house Capricorn, like those energies, they come out very similar, obviously just displaced a little different. But okay, I digress. This is really interesting though, because I'm feeling very grounded for this reading. The last reading, it's like randomly warm in Michigan today for it being like, I was like, is today Halloween? It's not Halloween. Especially not when you guys are watching this. Anyways, okay. But me trying to get grounded as I channel this reading is very interesting because like I was saying, it's a really hot day here in Michigan. So before I started this reading, after I did my first one and was like scalding and like, it was a whole thing. I literally sat down, turned on the air. I like took off my sweatshirt, like, and I'm sitting here really reading the energy, like, and not that I don't in other readings, but like, it's just, there's something very present in this reading. Now, I feel like this person thinking about like, because this is their thoughts and feelings that we're looking into right here. It feels like they're thinking a lot about stability here, and honestly about the stability that you bring, the stability that, definitely the stability you bring with the Queen of Pentacles here. All of the court cards represent people. And so the Queen of Pentacles is one of the most stable people in the whole tarot deck, you know, next to, honestly, probably like the Empress, you know, like there is. So we're seeing both ends of that. So we're seeing a very stable vantage point of you and their thoughts and feelings about you. I feel like they feel very like comfortable with what they feel about you and what they think of you. I don't think that this is something they ponder, which is interesting because like I said, with the grounding 10th house energy and going back to like being grounded by your parents, this could literally be the opposite of how it felt like you dealt with your parents, like, you know, so this could be really like new and different for you. It really just depends. But I do feel like I said, the way you were grounded as a child is showing up here for some reason. So the Empress and Six of Wands is very interesting to me because, like I said, a high regard is held here. Then not only are you seen as somebody that is just naturally abundant and has a lot of fruit to bear in regards of like you have things to offer people a lot. Like very often I find that you, and I say I feel like this person finds about you that you're always there to kind of nurture a situation. And it's funny because I feel like you're somebody that has no problem giving compliments to ego. Like, you know, you're not someone that looks at somebody and like minds their ego or like doesn't want to make them happy or doesn't, you know, because of ego games. You're not like that. You are very open in regards to like sharing your positivity with the world and with people. And I think you do so with a very fearless nature. With all the red hair that we're seeing here, that kind of denotes this fiery capacity to be confident and to be radiant and to be just stable. So with it being with the Pentacles and the Cup suit, it does give this sort of degree of like emotional nurturing and nurturing of a situation. You know, I feel like a lot of people it's underrated to just be kind of a force that is standing still. But if we think about like exaltations of like the moon, for example, in astrology, like the moon exalts in Taurus because of that stability, that staying power, that, you know, ability to see the love in a situation despite maybe other circumstances going on. And I think that this is a very powerful thing that you hold in this person's eyes. Like you are always optimistic for some reason. And I don't think that's maybe your core, you know, I don't think that that's how you always operate or feel, but it does feel like you, and again, you know, I was talking about earth sign energy really heavy, and going into that, I will say that like earth signs have a lot of emotional turmoil. That's why their opposite energy is water sign energy, because of how much that they try to stay grounded, try to stay focused on the right here, right now, this very moment, that they try not to let emotions get the best of them and like persuade the moment too much. And I feel like you have done a really good job at trying to wait out your emotions and only let the ones that like are positively associated with a situation be the ones that come out. So I feel like, you know, maybe this person, especially with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, you come out as just like a mother of a child type vibe. And again, you know, going back to the parental analogy with the 10th house here, there is this sort of degree of like seeing you as someone that would be a good parent. And someone that, you know, because like I was saying, you don't, even if you feel sour about something, I feel like you're not acting that way. You focus in on what is positive, and that is such a grounding effect on this person. Like I said, I don't think they ponder you much in the terms of like, what are we, what is this kind of, like, that's not the vibe at all. Yeah, we have the King of Cups coming out here. So I feel like this person, like I said, like they see you as like the mother to their children in the regards of like, you know how to handle emotional situations with a lot of poise and with the nurturing quality and the stability. You know, she's leaning up against the tree as she's pregnant here. So it kind of makes me feel like you are someone that understands that life can stabilize you when you sort of, like I said, move from this optimistic type energy. And we're seeing that with the King of Cups here, is this person really finding a lot of like maturity from you emotionally and becoming someone that like they feel is more emotionally mature. Like I feel like just the way that you operate like gives this person no choice but to show up correctly. And I think that is a very big thing for this person, because it makes them a little bit more vulnerable to emotions as well. So we have the Page of Swords coming out here as well as Temperance. Let's get our last one too. And the Two of Cups. Oh my God. High Priestess is on the back of the deck. Like I said, this person doesn't ponder much because they just know. They just know that there is something really, there's a huge potential here. It's a really grounded potential, honestly. It's a very like real practical thing that's happening here. And I think with the Six of Wands being paired with the Page of Swords, this person is really perceiving the importance of that, and and they're giving recognition where recognition is due for you, I feel like, for all of these good qualities that you have. Because like I said, it's not like you come into this world like easy, perfect, whatever. Like you've had your demons, you've had your struggles, but this person sees you and thinks of you as someone that is very good at tempering the forces of like good and bad, essentially, and finding a really positive way to explore yourself with other people that is very passionate, loving, you know, giving too. You're very generous, I feel like, with the Two of Cups clarifying the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this person sees you as someone that is very good at giving exactly what a situation needs and being very present, like I was saying earlier, with the moment, and like not letting, you know, emotions run away. I feel like with the Two of Cups, you're very balanced with your emotions. You have this type of communication too that you express your emotions with that is very grounded and very like, it's decided. Again, like you guys both have a very decided feeling about each other and decided, you know, like I'm going to treat this person with due respect. I'm going to treat this person, and these are laid out laws, I feel like, in this dynamic. And it's funny because I feel like, you know, they think very much of not only the potential of this, but what it already is. Like it's not, like I said, this person's in the moment right now. So they're not looking at, you know, potentials. Like, yes, I said they could see you as like the mother to their future kids, but like, it's more so like in this moment right now, that is the feeling they are getting. They feel like you are that person. They feel like you have these qualities. They are feeling it, really feeling it. And I feel like that baseline of feeling really is rooting like potential here. And I wasn't even like trying to like pull a card. I just started like shuffling accidentally, and the Knight of Wands came out. So I do feel like, yeah, this is a very like happy card too. And I always think about like the loyalty of a dog and how he's kind of looking down like we're in this together. And I feel like that's how this person is viewing you. Like, wow, I found someone that like is in this together with me. We have the Page of Cups too. Yeah, it's a very like okay, I was gonna, like, those two cards in itself, I was gonna say a very responsible call to action, but those two cards in themselves are not that. So it's funny because it is more of like a, like I said, a feeling that this person is just kind of going with, and they don't know maybe that they're acting so dutifully, or that they, you know, I don't think they're sitting here being like, I feel so grounded with this person, because that's not how people normally think. But it is just this kind of like desire and like openness to, you know, oh my God, we could do this together kind of thing. So that is really interesting about like their thoughts and feelings here. Let's pull some more cards to see more about their focus here with their thoughts and feelings, and then we'll get into their intentions. We have Give It Time and Communicate. Confession and gambling. Yeah, this person's really focused on furthering this, essentially, and giving this due respect, giving it the time, you know, talking about the things too that I feel like they feel good about. Like, I feel like they need to express their recognition for you and for these qualities. Yeah, with Earth sign as well. And I think that that is a big thing that they think about, is like I said, like they feel so happy that they can kind of take this risk, essentially, which it's not risky though. That's what is like a really weird duality. Like, it feels good. So is it risky in that regard? Like it like doesn't feel that way. And I think, again, this could be something new for this person, or just something like really settling to their soul in a new way for them. But yeah, let's see what their intentions look like for you. This person's intentions. Wow, we have the King of Pentacles coming out, which it's like they want to match your energy with you coming out as the Queen of Pentacles. It's like they want to show you that they are just as open, just as willing, just as abundant, you know, like they want to share with you, it feels like, especially because we have the Six of Wands coming out again. I feel like this, I'm not one to hear these messages, but I just heard like they want to make you mine, like, or they want to make you theirs. Like, and the King of Swords, yeah, they have decided, and they're acting in that decision now. And they've leveled up in that regard of like, yep, this is it. Yeah, Knight of Cups. I feel like they're going to extend this offer to you. And it's because you have just like I was saying earlier, it's like you've given them no other choice. Yeah, but to surrender to what it is that's being offered to them right now. And I feel like that is a total different change in pace, but it's something that really opens up their eyes to maybe all of the things that weren't the right way. And I feel like that's another earth sign quality here is earth signs really feel like there is a right way to do things. And sometimes those right ways aren't something that you know until you've done it the wrong way a million times. So I feel like that's kind of what this person is intending to do, is like do it the right way, because they know now what the right way is. They know how to be what you're looking for here. And yeah, we have the Hangman to end us out. And the Judgment on the back of the deck, yeah, they know now. And the Hangman is this kind of like floozy little period where it's like not, you're just kind of up in arms, like waiting, not up in arms, you're like, you're completely suspended though, like you're up in the air, things are up in the air. So it's interesting to me that in this card, the Before Tarot, he is kind of awakening to this like, oh snap, like I suspended the situation. I'm the one that put it, where it's at. So I feel like the clarity that's coming from that is going to be very exciting in that regard, but it also might make you realize that like you're already in it. You know what I mean? Like you're already like, it's not like a ton is going to change. It kind of makes me think of like when people have been together and they know that they're going to be together forever before they even get married. Like by the time they get married, it's like nothing really changes. You know what I mean? it didn't change much for the relationship dynamic. And that's what I think is going to be interesting here, is that, like, you guys are already happy. So, like, just slap a label on it, you know, just commit to it. Just commit to, like, the future planning together, and, like, allow yourself to be happy about that. I feel like that's a big thing that this person is stepping up into, and being like, all right, it's happening. We're going on it. We're going on this trip. We're doing this thing together, like I was saying here. So yeah, group 2, I hope this message resonated for you guys. And if it did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And of course, subscribe to my channel for more intuitively channeled messages like this. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, make sure you check out the link below to my website. But yeah, comment, subscribe, like the video, share it, do as you will. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a later video. Peace. Hello, group 3, and welcome back to my channel. We are going to get started with your tarot pick a card reading, all about the person on your mind, current thoughts, feelings, and intentions for you. So let's get started. We have the card of resistance. It's always interesting, the angel like going out the window in this card. Let's see. And then we have the sun. So right away, my brain just goes to ego resistance, but I do feel like there is something more here because I pointed out the whole angel thing. I feel like this person could be thinking a lot about, okay, it kind of gives me the vibe of somebody that like is really, it's like almost afraid of happiness is kind of what I'm getting right away. That's really interesting. Let's see. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Yep. This person, okay, I was going to say, I think they're thinking in a defeatist mindset. That is just kind of my first thought here. So if you don't know this person to be someone that like kicks himself when they're down, I don't know if there's a person alive that doesn't do that, but I'm also a Virgo, so I would say that. We have Ace of Swords. But yeah, it just feels like this person is very like caught up in their own head and like not necessarily feeling like they have a shot is what I want to hear, or is what I want to say. Look at those 2s. You have the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. Ace of Swords, 5 of Swords. I was just hearing this person predicted this. So I think this person predicts bad outcomes, to be honest. And I think it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I feel like when they think of you, they're like thinking of what, I mean, clearly there's things that have been said that like they think a lot about. And maybe they don't, I mean, with the 5 of Swords, it's not normally a good pondering. However, I do feel like this is more them being their own enemy here. So take it how it resonates, but it really feels more like they're their own enemy. Because Ace of Swords gives more of like a highlighting clarity and like understanding and being able to speak your truth. But coming from Resistance and 5 of Swords, it's like kind of showing me that this person, like, I want to say cuts their losses sometimes and just like denies answers. Yeah, because with the 2 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands, it does make me kind of question this person's ability to, like, move with other people in ways that is, like, I was going to say responsible to them. It's not loyalty. Like, it's not like they struggle with loyalty necessarily. It's they struggle with, like, connection and like just being able to bring things together, I feel like, because they can see that, but it's like it would be like a pin in this person's ego to like agree for some reason. This person does seem a little disagreeable for some reason. And it's interesting because I feel like in their thoughts about you and their feelings about you, I mean, we're not seeing any feelings in our front row, so it does show me that this person might not feel into this as much because of their mental blockages about how to get along well with people. Yeah, we have the Devil. I was gonna say this person is very, you know, it's like they're tied up with people. They get tied up with things and they get really like resentful about that because they're like, oh, like I gotta deal with this person's thoughts now too. And it's like you aren't even dealing with your own. You're letting them run you instead of running them. And I feel like that is this person's really biggest struggle. And while they look at you, that's all they see. Like you bring it out of them. Yeah, the world. This person burns bridges and cuts cycles like prematurely, I feel like. And I just heard they want to make it abundantly clear. And it's like, I'm feeling like they want to make it abundantly clear that they are, non-committal or not connected. There's abundantly clear kind of vibe that they're trying to bring to your attention. But with the Moon and Three of Pentacles, it's like, how are you doing that? Because I think that this person, the way that they are seeing you and seeing this situation is very much as like another problem, another person to consider. Like I was saying, like it's very like I feel like this person's almost at max capacity in some area, in like some form in their life. And maybe like that's with fun, with enjoyment. I don't know why this person ties their enjoyment though so much with negativity. And that's what's very interesting, I feel like, about this person to you. I think you try to offer them something new. Yeah, what are you like to this person? Let's see. We have the Five of Wands and Judgment. Yeah, so like I said, there's certain things that I feel like you say to this person that are very like they bring some competition or negativity out of this person. And I don't necessarily feel like you intend for this to be such like a clouding thing. Like, because I feel like you're very like, I mean, you're not coming up as much in the spread. And that's why I had to ask for your energy here. Because I feel like this person like doesn't want to consider this as much as you might want them to consider it. I feel like you are very much like trying to press this person on, and they're like seeing that as like a defeatist thing. Like they're defeating themselves. They're like, oh, they want me to keep going? No. Like very defiant in that regard, and not necessarily open to a new cycle with things just because they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to get along well with people. And it gets them really in their head and kind of makes things worse. All right, let's see more of what their thoughts and feelings are about you, centered and focused around. Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I feel like this person's really all over the place mentally. Sexuality. That card always makes me think, though, because it says someone is still trying to figure themselves out. Is like they might enjoy you. They might get going with the energy, like you're pressurizing this person in some capacity. So clearly there's some desire on their end, but it does feel like, yeah, we have cycles and commitment. Like this person is not, they're still figuring things out. Like it says, they're not in that space of like, I know the answer yet. And I think that is very much not what you want to hear from this person, but that is what the truth is. Like this person is not, they're combative. They're not looking to bring things together necessarily. And they're focusing more on what brings you guys apart. Like they look a lot more at the different things that tear people apart, and not tear people apart. That could be, if that is something resonating here. But it is more of like, when it comes down to their opportunity to work well with another person, I feel like they sort of get tied up in like their own personal shit. And so it's not even about the other person. And I feel like that's why, like I said, like your energy isn't really coming through for their current thoughts and feelings and intentions for this connection, because it's not about you to them, which is kind of sad, honestly. That's rude. Yeah, we have the Seven of Swords coming out for their intentions coming forward. So I don't feel like this person is coming with a clean slate. If anything, I feel like they're just still, they have a lot of shit that they're working through, and that they might not even work through it, Yeah, Five of Cups. So many fives coming out. Five of Wands, Five of Cups, Five of Swords. This person is in the shits, like in the middle of the shit. They're ending something, or should be ending something, but they're not. It feels like, maybe that's with you. Maybe they're not just like ending it and cutting ties. Like they're just kind of like stringing you along or keeping things going. Yeah, they definitely need to stop it here. And maybe that is what they're going to do in the future, because this is their intentions now. So I do feel like this person is going to realize, like, I literally don't care. I don't want to put energy into this. Yeah. Oh my God. As soon as I said that, we have the Four of Cups card. That is the card of I don't care. I'm good. I've had enough. I'm fine. And so, yeah, with the Ten of Swords coming out here, this person is ready to move on. So if you're inquiring because you were wondering like where they're at, they're gone. Basically, they're already 1 foot out the door essentially, and they did that to themselves. I want to reiterate, this has nothing to do with you. Like I said, I had to ask for your energy. So this person is so egotistical, honestly, with the Sun coming out here, that they're not perceiving you as being somebody affected by this, which is crazy in my opinion. But that's how some people operate. And I do think it's important to be the reader sometimes that explains that to people, because it's not a great thing to know and feel, but when you get that blunt clarity, I think it can bring you a lot more opportunities. Because, yeah, like, what's on the horizon for you? Four of Wands. Celebration. We have anxiety with the Nine of Swords. But then the King of Cups. And one more. Sure, yeah. This is going to help you out. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think you're going to be like, woo, it's done. And then, obviously the feelings will kick in. You'll really start to think about it. And you're like, am I ever going to find someone that's blah, 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 blah. But it's like, if you're offering your cup to someone that doesn't want to take it, there's nothing to wait for. You know what I mean? Like, they said no. And that's what I'm kind of feeling here, is that will be a very big wake-up call to you, where you're like, you know what? This did not work out for a reason. This person was kind of stone cold. But there are other people out there, and I feel like you're going to find other people and feel like, oh yeah, that makes more sense. That is actually the route I should go. Like, this is actually what getting along well with people is. Because maybe this person is showing the wound of your, not knowing, like, you might really resist leaving situations. Because like I was saying here, this is kind of pulling a lot of energy out to me with, like, the angel being the one escaping. I almost feel like you are the one escaping the situation of this person's ego, and being more of the one that's like, wow, I got out alive kind of thing. And it doesn't have to be that, like, serious, but it could just be one of those things of like you're actually being saved from this situation, because I don't think this person's ego is going to allow you happiness. And I think this is a big thing that you are learning now too, that you might sometimes commit yourself to cycles of people that are incompatible with you, and instead of taking that for what it's worth, you just, like, you don't accept it. And I think this is a big thing that, like, could be shifting for you, because if you do accept that, there is kind of a potential for new opportunities on the horizon. It's just like that acceptance is going to determine what happens next in this cycle, essentially. So yeah, group 3, I hope this message resonated for you guys. And if it did, make sure you like this video, comment down below your thoughts, and of course subscribe to my channel. Yeah, if you would like a personal reading from me, check out the link below as always to my website. Otherwise, I will see you guys in a later reading. Peace.